All righty. Welcome back, students. Thank you for tuning in to yet another lesson by Coach Klassik. All righty. In this lesson, lesson number 4, I will be talking about spirit animals. Okay. Some of you guys may be familiar with spirit animals, or you may even have your own. All righty. I'm going to go into a little lesson on the value of spirit animals and the implementation that I've had placed on my life with having, a spirit animal already. So, one thing that we all should know, that you guys should know, is that we are all connected. Okay. As within, so without, meaning everything that's inside of us is everything that's outside of us. Okay. Just like there's a world that we live in, there's a whole world, there's a whole universe that goes on inside of us. Alrighty. We're connected to each other. We are connected to the plants, the animals. We are even connected to what we consider inanimate objects, such as a table or a chair or even a rock. Okay. Rocks have spirits, believe it or not. Doesn't mean that they have a soul, which is something, a whole nother subject, but there is a spirit, there is an essence that a rock could carry in within itself. Alrighty. Hence, for instance, if anybody is into crystals, crystals carry energy. That that's a spirit. Doesn't mean that they have a soul, but there's a certain type of spirit or energy that flows through, you know, crystals and all of that. One quick thing about the crystals, and I know this new age, a lot of everybody is getting into crystals and whatnot, and for protection and this and that. And there is a level of implementations that you could have for them, especially like sound and energy. But always remember, it's not on you, it's in you. Okay, it's in you, not on you. So don't be afraid just because you don't have your special crystal on today that something's going to come out and get you, or or that you're not going to, just because you don't have your lucky socks on today, that you're not going to be able to do your best. No, remember, it's always inside of you. All right, it's always in you, not on you. All righty. So get back to what I was saying. We are all connected. People, animals, plants, the whole universe. We are all connected. Okay. If you are tuned into the energy and your own, and to the energy of nature and your own energy, you will happen to find yourself pulled to a certain animal, plant, or even a specific location. You ever find yourself like being drawn to a specific location? Like everybody has that one spot in the world where they feel at peace at. You know what I mean? Yours could be the beach. It could be your favorite park. It could be your favorite playground or park. Everybody has a specific type of energy or a place, um, plant or animal, or even people that you could be drawn to. Okay. These things can all give you more insight on your spiritual being or just you as a person. Okay. The energy that you draw in or around from your environment, if you feel most comfortable in that environment, that could speak a lot about who you are or the type of energy that you have or that you're working with within yourself. Okay. And that can help you understand yourself more. And the better that you understand yourself, hopefully that allows you to make positive or wise decisions for and in your life. Okay. So finding your spirit animal can greatly help you recognize certain aspects of yourself or even help you tap into that certain energy when you need it. Okay. Different animals all have different qualities. Okay. Both pros and cons that make them who they are, and the same for us human beings. Okay. Just like animals all have qualities and aspects that make them who they are, it goes the same for animals. They all have their personality, their different characteristics and traits that make them who they are. Okay. And they were designed and everything uh, that they need to be successful in their life. Okay. A bird doesn't walk around think about how to be a dog. Okay. An elephant doesn't walk around thinking about how they can be a lion. Okay. Lions don't walk around thinking about how they could be another thing. Animals are who they are, and they are perfect in every way in who they are. They only know how to be themselves. That's it. That's one lesson that we can learn from animals is that they're always themselves. That's one thing you can always count on, as an animal to be themselves. All righty. You may learn or you may acquire to have more than one spiritual animal that you connect with. I myself, I have two, okay? The cheetah and the gorilla. All righty. Now, the first spiritual animal that I came into or that I found in my life was the cheetah. And this happened around when I was like 12 or 13. And your spirit animal can reveal itself in different ways to you. Okay. You have to don't put too much pressure on you to try to find a spiritual animal. A lot of times it just comes to you. It's a certain type of feeling that you just feel. Okay. Or that you're just naturally drawn to. Alrighty. Now, my spirit animal revealed itself to me in a dream. All right. And I was about what, 12, 13. It came to me in a dream. Alrighty. So I'm not gonna get in too much into the dream, but it was definitely a big turning point in my life. All right. Because after I had that dream, it unlocked for me a whole new level in my life. Like it unlocked another aspect of myself that was just hidden and waiting for me to unlock, waiting for me to find and take a hold of. Okay. Um, and one way that it showed itself to me, or that or not necessarily showed itself, but it expressed itself to me was in my sports. Okay. So for instance, when I first was starting out in sports, I've always did sports from the time I was like 6. Yeah, I was always into sports. I was always a very active, um, very athletic young man. And I was pretty much just an average athlete, nothing too special about me. I enjoyed being active and I enjoyed sports, but I wasn't the greatest. I wasn't even necessarily thinking about being the greatest or seeking to be the greatest or to be the best at, what I was doing. I enjoyed doing everything. I did all types of sports early on in life and just enjoyed just being a very active person. Alrighty. But right around when I was 12 or 13, um, I had this dream where the cheetah revealed itself to me. Okay. And I'm gonna use an example where it really showed itself to me, where it expressed um itself in my life in real time. Track. I remember when I was about 11, my mom had me on this track team. And like I said, I was just an average runner, getting fifth, sixth, seventh place. Nothing, nothing special about me. Okay. And it just so happened that um she had me switch teams. She had me switch track teams. Okay. I don't know if it was just the track team that she switched me to, which it definitely played a part because coaching is a big aspect in life. If you don't have a good coach, or a coach that you can connect with, it can make it tough for you as an athlete to do your best or to learn certain things. You know, what I've come to find out in my sports, I've gotten better in certain sports just by changing teams because the coach was better. The coach taught me much more than what the last coach could ever teach me. But in this certain aspect, once my spirit animal revealed itself, I went literally almost overnight. I went from an average athlete to 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 being amongst the elite. Okay. I went from seventh, eighth, fifth, sixth place to being a track star, to being the fastest on the field. After my spirit animal revealed itself to me, I don't know what happened. It just unlocked something inside of my spirit that I think I know. I think what it was I think I took a lesson from that dream, and it just unlocked something inside of me, man. Like my life, in the realm of sports, just like became totally more open and exciting for me, just upon me finding my spirit animal, which was the cheetah. Like that just that had a great impact on my sports, man. I went from mediocre to being amongst the elite. you know, um, even for me being in track, like I said, I went from being mediocre to winning first all the time. I went from just being an average runner to being the fastest on the field, you know. And my uncle, even because he saw how fast I was in the track, he recruited me on his football squad, and that got me going in my football career as far as sports and whatnot. And I really enjoyed football, all aspects of football. Um, yeah, and even when it came down to football, I was always the fastest on the field. Uh, so yeah, like me personally, I can definitely say that acquiring or finding out what my spirit animal was when I was young helped me in a big way. Okay, even helped me um in other areas of my life, just like yeah, it just helped me even outside of sports, man. Like just outside of sports. It was a fun time in my life to really gain and unlock those new abilities. All right. Um and unlock more confidence in myself and individuality. And my individuality became stronger. I was always pretty much a pretty confident kid. I've always been a lone wolf type of person. Even when I was a kid, I kind of always, did my own thing. And people always respected me for that because I always did my own thing. I stayed in my lane. People always respect me for that. But another part of my confidence and my sense of individuality kind of boosted up. You know, I got stronger when I found my first spirit animal, which was the cheetah. Alrighty. Now the gorilla, that spirit animal came later in my life. Alrighty, as I started to get older, um, into the world and everything, experiencing life more, having gone through a whole lot more in life already. I started to notice my tendency to be very protective over my family and over my friends. Okay. And also, I started recognizing the wisdom that I gained throughout my life just naturally. You know what I mean? I always just, I learn. I learn from everything. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I learn. I learn. Now, just because I've learned doesn't mean I may not fall into the same cycles, and that's another thing. But it's always something to be learned in like big, small, no matter what stage you are at in life. You don't need formal education to learn. Life is the best teacher, and I will always stand on that. Life has been my best teacher. Nobody else taught me better than what life has taught me. Alrighty. Um, and that's also not to mention my fighting spirit. My fighting spirit that I've kind of always had, which the gorilla, you know, very strong-minded animal. Alrighty. Knowing these aspects of myself helped me greatly get through tough battles in my life. Okay. Knowing what my spirit animals are kind of helped me tap into that energy. And that helped me a lot in my life. Truly helped me a lot in my life by tapping into the energy that those animals possess, helped me get through a lot of my life. I learned to apply certain abilities, and when some characteristics of myself, um, I've learned to apply certain abilities and characteristics, and also certain characteristics that I need to control or need to kind of keep in check. Alrighty, because like I said, there's always pros and cons to spirit animals. We're not perfect beings as well. We have pros and cons about us. Alrighty. So knowing what my spiritual animals are and knowing what their cons are or could be kind of helped me with okay, maybe what mine may be as well. If that's the kind of energy that I'm um embodying, my cons doesn't necessarily have to mirror their cons, but it could give me an insight to myself a little more. Alrighty. Now, like I said before, don't force yourself to finding a spirit animal if you haven't come to be drawn to one. If you don't know what your spiritual animal is, if you don't have any type of energy that you're drawn to, that's okay. Don't force it. Okay. It is something best to find naturally. Okay. And there are many different ways that your animal can reveal itself to you. It's not just through a dream. Okay. It can be revealed itself to you through, let's say, um, a sports team. Let's say you were on a sports team and your sports teams were, let's say your favorite sports team are the Philadelphia Eagles. Not to say that your spirit animal is an eagle, but it could be. You know what I mean? If you feel a certain type of energy towards that eagle, that could have a um, 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 connection to you and your spirit and your energy. Okay. Allow the spirit and energy inside you to lead you. Like I said, don't force a spirit animal on yourself. Okay. It's a feeling you'll have when it comes. Alrighty. You could also do some research on different animals and their characteristics as well. You may find animals that you never even known existed. And that could very much lead you to finding your spirit animal. All right. There's so many different species of animals out here that even to this day, I'm still finding things that I've never even heard of, you know? So never even limit yourself to animals that you know or that you've come across in life, because there may be something that you never even come across that may embody your energy more than you know. So do a little research on animals. It doesn't have to be a big, long, drawn out research, but just do a little different research on different animals, their characteristics, their qualities, and their energy, you know, and see what you're drawn to. Alrighty. Now, when you do find one or more, be sure to do more research, okay, on how you can apply that spirit positively and effectively to your own life. Okay. So let's say without doing research on different animals, let's say you're naturally drawn to a particular animal, just naturally. Okay. Do your research on that animal. See what makes that animal that animal. Okay. See what characteristics they have. See what types of energy that they embody. Alrighty. And see why exactly you are drawn to that energy, to that animal. Okay. And to learn how to apply certain characteristics, learn how to apply certain elements that that animal embodies to your life. Like for instance, one of the most obvious ways that I applied the essence of a cheetah was through running. Okay. I went from being an average runner to a superstar, to a track star, just overnight. I don't know what it was. I never had a desire to even be the fastest on the field, to be even, I just never had that desire, but something unlocked in me when I had that dream, when the cheetah revealed itself to me. Something just unlocked inside of me that I just can't explain. It just something just unlocked inside of me. Alrighty. Now, not everybody's going to have the same experience with unlocking abilities with their spirit animals. Just because you may find that your spirit animal is a cheetah doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the fastest or you're going to turn into the Flash. You know what I mean? It doesn't always work like that, but you can still embody that energy. You could be the slowest on the field and still be drawn to the energy of a cheetah. Okay, so it's not necessarily a physical aspect that may manifest itself in your life. Okay, just because you don't embody that animal physically does not mean that that cannot be your spirit animal. Okay, look at what other characteristics make up that animal. Okay, like for instance, cheetahs. Um, they're more, how can I put it? I wouldn't say loners, but they are very individualistic. They tend to take care of themselves. Um, you may find them in like a pack or a family, but you'll also find cheetahs that live by themselves, that take care of themselves, that hunt by themselves, and just kind of do their own thing in life. you know, um, yeah, they don't bother nobody unless they're messed with. They just kind of, a lot of cheetahs are, from what I read about, kind of do their own thing. You may find, like I said, you may find that some do pack together. Um, you may find some with families and, raising a family, but it's not like we're lions. where lions, for the most part, always have pack, you know, um, or what they call a pride. All right, they all that's their community that they develop and that they live in. Alrighty. Um, versus the gorilla, on the other hand, gorillas live in communities in a hierarchy system. Right? They live amongst their family, the community, and develop even like just social interactions the same way that we do as people. Alrighty. So yeah, that's been a lesson 4 on spirit animals. Um, so like I said, not everybody will have a spirit animal. Not everybody will be connected to a certain type of spiritual animal, but it could be very helpful and insightful for learning more about yourself and unlocking certain abilities within inside of you. If you were to develop a spirit animal or were to be drawn to one, you can apply certain aspects of that animal to your life, and that could very much give you a leg up. That could very much separate you from the next person. Just simply having a spirit animal where you can tap into their energy. Alrighty. So, like I said, just to recap, don't force a spirit animal upon yourself. Don't try too hard. Kind of let it flow naturally. Be mindful of your dreams. If you see a certain animal that's just reoccurring in your dreams, maybe it's trying to reach out to you. Do a little research on it. Okay, it might be a spirit animal. Alrighty. So that's lesson 4 on spirit animals. All right. And always remember that we are connected with this whole entire universe. So if you mistreat an animal, all right, you're mistreating yourself. All right. Always remember that. All righty. So until next time, always remember, be safe, have fun, and always be yourself. All right, guys. I got much love for y'all.